This is ABC 7 News, Chicago's #1 news. With Judy Sue, Jose Sanders, weather with meteorologist Tracy Butler, and Roz Varen's traffic. This is ABC 7 News this morning.
Two of the most high-profile trials in the nation are going on in Chicago courtrooms right now. Opening statements are this morning in the R. Kelly trial, and deliberations continue in the Tony Rezko trial. Former Cook County State Attorney Thomas Glasgow is now a criminal defense attorney in private practice, and he joins us this morning to kind of talk us through both of these very high-profile cases. Good morning. Nice to have you here.
Good morning.
Let's start with the R. Kelly trial. Opening statements are today. What can we expect from there? And this case, unusually, has gone, what, 6 years between the charges being first filed?
That's correct. Part of the reason the case has gone for so long, it is unusual. However, defense counsel filed 30-some-odd pretrial motions, which had to be litigated. We had an injury by the judge. We had a high-profile case that the judge was involved in. The Brown's Chicken trial, the defense counsel was involved in a high-profile case. Mr. Kelly ended up with a burst appendix. His bus got stopped in Utah. I mean, things have gone on during the course of this trial, which delayed it. I believe the prosecutor even had a baby during the course of this. So they are now getting to the point where they're going to put the trial on. The trial is going to go forward, and opening statements, I believe, are going to start this morning.
Now, this case is based on the videotape of R. Kelly allegedly having sex with a 13-year-old girl, but now both the woman and her family are now denying that this is her. How do you carry on a case?
The prosecutor is going to be proceeding by way of other witnesses. Of course, we've heard that the defense is going to be calling the alleged victim and her family to say that she wasn't in the video, and therefore there's no victim in this case. In the prosecutor's case, they're going to be presenting evidence that another woman engaged in a sexual tryst between R. Kelly and the young lady specifically named as the victim in this, to counter the evidence that, you know, it's not her, and call into question the credibility of the witness and what motive she may have to testify that way.
I want to ask you quickly about the Tony Rezko trial. The jury now in its 4th day of deliberations. Yes. Any guess as to how long that would take, and what do you make of the defense not putting on one single witness?
We've had a 2-month trial. The jury has a lot of evidence to go over. They have got, you know, various and sundry things that they have to go through with regard to the tapes, the testimony of Aliata, Stuart Levine. This is a very, very intense case that the state, or the government in this matter, wanted to put on all their witnesses. They did. Defense didn't call anybody. In my opinion, to have the jurors weigh the case of the government's case instead of weighing the government's case against the defense's case. And I think that benefits Mr. Rezko, because now they're trying to find all of the holes or the presumptions of innocence that Mr. Rezko is entitled to in the government's case, as opposed to the defense testimony.
Certainly, we'll be watching both very closely. Thank you for joining us this morning, Thomas Glasgow. And by the way, we want to let you know that ABC 7's Dan Ponce is covering the R. Kelly trial. He will report live for us coming up in the next half hour. We'll be right back after this.